We acknowledge the Ghana people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region and their spiritual relationship with their country. We pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging, and extend that respect to all First Nations people and their connections to land. Always was, always will be. Welcome back to the Free
Wise
Cousins.
Well, we hope you are having a great week so far. So how are we doing today, guys?
doing well. I mean, feeling blessed, highly favored. Yes.
All right, what about you, bro?
Feeling good, living better.
Bars, as Aki would say.
Bars.
And I'm doing great as well, so yeah.
That's great.
There's no one else.
I asked my damn self. Anyways. So speaking of exciting things that have been happening, I don't think I said that, but there's been some exciting things happening.
Go on.
So we recently just had the Fairfax and Creed collab pop-up event.
Yes.
That just passed over the weekend. Like you said, highly favored, highly blessed. It was a great event, beautiful turnout, just being able to connect with the community more, with our own people, just with anybody really. I got to obviously represent Fairfax as being one of the workers, and I got to DJ alongside the bro. And we just had some really exciting stuff happen, so I'll pass it on to you about the Creed stuff.
Yeah, no, it was cool. We just, as you saw in last week's episode, we were wearing our merch, which we had available in store at Fairfax on the weekend. Just quickly want to say a thank you to everyone that came out to support, whether it's our family, our friends, other dancers in the community. It means a lot to not just me, but the team as a whole as well. Especially like doing stuff like this is just quite different for like a dance crew. Like, conventionally, like dance crews just kind of stick into their lane of what they do. And like a big thing with me and with what Creed to me means and why I created it was to just create our own path and carve out different lanes and potentially open not just ourselves up to other opportunities, but even brands and companies and businesses to the idea of connecting more with dancers or creatives. Especially here in Adelaide as well. But no, it was vibes.
And the Free West Cousins made an appearance.
Yes, we did make an appearance by default, but we were also there asking the people similar questions to what we asked in episode 12, where we were asking one another what are some petty pet peeves that pee you off. And
That's
the
a lot of
answer,
peeves. Petty peeves that pees you off.
Yeah, it's called alliteration. The answers were ridiculous as to be expected, but it was just a really cool vibe because we have all of these different groups of people focusing on a community event and being able to pour into it. The way that they did is just something that's very special and unique as well. So here's to more of that.
Yeah, and just to touch on that as well before we move on, just also want to say shout out to the owner of Fairfax, just for letting us have this opportunity and creating something together. Just all about connections, and I think the main thing in common is just creatives creating something from the ground up and stuff.
100.
So more like this. Well, I will hand the time over to you.
Thank you. So we're going straight into it. I mean, you're going to follow along, but today I'm going to be covering the stew, and the prompt for today is: how have you handled, or maybe not handled so well, critique from a teacher or choreographer? And then from there, we'll also flip it. So like, how, as a choreographer or a teacher, have you had to give critique? So since out of the three of us, Rini is pupil, let's go. Give it a go. Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
Give it a sin. Honestly, the way I look at handling criticism, I think when there's a difference between hate and criticism. Criticism is constructive. You can work with that. Hate is just rubbish, noise. But in saying so, I feel like when you kind of get upset about any criticism handed to you, it hurts your ego.
Yeah.
As simple as that. I think for me, just kind of just stopping dance for a long time and then coming back into it and then literally jumping into your crew, because why not? I think for me, I've always just been open and humble, I think, just to receiving, because I think with the right teachers, and when the teachers are the right teachers for you, and when your teachers just want you to be the best version of yourself. So I think just less ego and learning to be open and just having a conversation, as simple as that,
Yeah.
honestly. Because I think I've also seen, and you've seen it, we've seen it, no shade, but I've seen certain individuals, but I think this certain individual, as talented as they are, I'm not going to say he or she, but as talented as they are, I've watched them get hella mad at you um, for just positive criticism. It wasn't even that deep, but I think watching that as as a starter in the scene was a really good lesson for
Oh,
me.
I
Yeah.
was
It's just like,
like
he's like,
loading.
what
What? Damn.
yep. Yeah, I think just watching them get like hella mad, like really out of pocket mad, I think they have a big ego and they've gotten comfortable with being good, but you can be greater. So yeah, I think like the answer's simple: less ego, be open, but you can tell the difference between hate and criticism, and that is my answer.
Word. Bro, what about yourself?
Oh man, I've got a loaded gun ready to go. I think like for me,
Wrong
kind of
segment.
rolling off of Rini's part, I feel like that a big thing is finding the right teacher for you. Not necessarily just the right teacher in terms of just the dancing and the skill set or the technique or the style, whatever you're learning, but also the teaching style and like making sure it resonates with you and it works for you. It's the same thing as like if I can use like an analogy, like some people get fired up when they get told off, and you get like a fire put under your ass, and you're getting told off. You're like, oh shit, now I need to lock in. Other people crumble emotionally because they feel the pressure, they feel the stress and anxiety from it, which is all self-induced stuff. But again, like you said, it's all ego. So for me, like as far as like being a student taking critiques, if you really want what they have to offer, you would listen way more than you would speak. You don't ask about why am I doing this, or how come I have to do that, or can I just do this instead. There's no like shortcuts to it. I mean, you can get a shortcut and kind of get some of the keys, but it's not gonna resonate. There's not gonna be any substance behind it. So I think that's a big thing for me, and like I can at least speak for like my teaching methodology, philosophy, and style and stuff. Like it's not easy, it's not for everyone, but it's not meant to be for everyone. And I've accepted that. Like I've structured the way that I do Creed in such a way that, not that my way is the best way or the only right way, but it's the way that works for me, and it's the way that I came up, and it's a way that's proven effective, not just for myself as a student, but even as a teacher, training other dancers, as well as being a part of other teams, and traveling and taking away a lot of those insights and stuff. So for me, just like lose the ego. Like if you're
Yeah.
talking more than you're listening, you don't really want to learn. You just want the moves, but you're not going to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think something that I was going to add from what Rini was saying in terms of finding a teacher who suits, well, both of you are saying it, I think as well is something that people forget is that sort of requirement or that aspect is constantly evolving if you're also evolving too as a student.
Well said.
Because you might actually be what you're after, or like what you may want is different to what you might need if dance is something that you're looking to properly pursue. But whether or not you're receptive to what's being told for you, and whether that is the way it's conveyed or the actual message itself is not resonating with you, perhaps it's not the right time for you as well. On the flip side as well, from my personal experience, I've always been the type of person to bite the bullet. If I'm doing something wrong, you tell me. I'm going to work as my guts off to make sure that I can rectify it. I've been very fortunate enough to be I've never had to be a student to someone who uses negatives as a way to sort of push students, especially like, you know how some people diss other students in order to uplift others.
Yeah, I
I've
hate
fortunately
it.
never been around that, but I have witnessed as a student other peers not being very receptive to their criticisms, and um, depending on what the goal is, say whether it's for a performance or something like that, it can be quite disheartening to watch because from my opinion, and you guys can chime in as well, if a teacher didn't give that critique, then they don't care. Usually, like they could literally be like, "Yeah, sure, whatever," and then they're doing a disservice for you as well. So, like you were saying as well, in terms of the ego, you've got to kind of strip and interpret what's being said and actually recognize that it's not as deep as it
Yeah,
seems.
like just don't like again, remove your feelings out of it because it's not a personal attack.
Yeah.
If you're taking it as a personal attack, that's your problem and your responsibility. That's not the teacher's fault for, even if in the tone in which the teacher is not yelling, but they're giving an assertive kind of energy or whatever, as an example, it's because they're passionate about it and they want to make sure that they're teaching you correctly. Well, I mean, I would like to
You would
like
hope.
to think so.
You would hope.
But again, like when it comes to like the ego and getting emotional and all that sort of stuff, like I wasn't brought up in being sensitive and easing off. Like I was put to the fire, thrown into the deep end.
Yeah.
But that's because that was what was required of me in order to get the knowledge and the insight and the resources that were afforded to me. They were literally on a silver platter. All I had to do was just follow the footpath that my teachers, my mentors had already paved.
Yeah.
100%.
But
Yeah.
like even like I just said before, like there's a massive difference between criticism and hate and stuff like, I think you can tell when you have a teacher that is pushing you to be the best. Whereas like speaking from experience, like I stopped dancing when I was a bit younger. For me, I don't think twice, like I'll just leave. I'm not
Oh,
I'm
if
paying.
the
I'm
shoe
paying to
do-
be there. I'm paying to be there, so I'm gonna leave.
if the shoe doesn't fit,
Yeah,
like
because I remember being like, bruh, like a little 12-year-old, and my teacher's like screaming at me in front of. Yeah, that's not normal. Like
That's racist.
That's probably. I mean, yeah, no, but like, there's a massive difference between criticism and hate. Like, so I've definitely had both ends. For me, criticism I find completely constructive, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna make me a better dancer. It just might mean it's a bit harder, but like you said, there's no shortcuts.
And there's you have to be challenged and pushed. And even if you've got the technique or the lesson right, you need to push through to build the resilience, which is why teachers sometimes they'll stand like in front of you and like test you. They'll be like, do it again.
Yeah.
Why are you moving? Fix those arms.
Yeah.
Get lower. And if a lot of students that I've seen just in general take when they're constantly being corrected as an attack. It's not an attack. An attack is carelessness. Attack is just like, I don't care.
Just
You've
letting it be.
already paid. So like, why should I bother?
Yeah.
You want the teachers that are going to push and challenge you and force you to be uncomfortable because you need discomfort. Again, like I said last episode, you need discomfort in order to facilitate growth
That's right.
and resilience and everything else that comes with it. Grit, determination,
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah.
so from our perspective, bro, having taught as well, so how do you find that you have maybe had to adapt or change, whether it's teaching or communication style, so that your criticism is clearly just criticism or something that lands more?
Yeah, I get what you
Yeah.
mean. Like, I mean, for me, I don't water it down. I refuse to because I was never, even when I was like 13 or 12, I was around that age when I first started dancing. I was dancing and training in classes with like kids around my age, but then when I moved up to dancing with like grown adults and my mentors and teachers and their kids, we were treated as equals.
Yeah.
We were held to the exact same standard, which is the same thing that I do with like our young kids in Creed now. Like, yeah, they're like 12, just turned 13 and like 15 and whatnot. But the same thing I demand of you guys and everybody else is the same I demand of them. And I even explained it to their parents. So as far as all of the critiquing for myself as to how I give it, I'm not going to water it down. And again, like I said earlier, it's not my responsibility how you perceive it and what you take away from it. Like it's different because if you've never trained with me in an intense setting, like in a crew, then obviously you're just going to be looking at it like, oh, he's a bit rough, or that's a bit intense, or that's a bit much. It's only a bit much for people that feel like it's too much for them, but for me, it's what it needs,
normal,
which is not, it's not bad on either side, but I just know that, that's my
Yeah.
kind of way.
I think for me, what I was going to add to what you're saying as well is that like, from my experience, I've had to adapt to a few different groups and how I articulate, and I've been pulled up on one time that like some towards the pointy end of delivering a performance that like my methods at the time were quite pressuring and harboring towards a negative criticism. Now, firstly, no shade, but also like I need you to look in the mirror. But in in hindsight though, as well as like my ethos as a teacher, especially within the ballroom community, has never just solely been about teaching dance or just teaching a style or a few steps. Like for me, especially because a lot of them are young, like young adults, I want the way that I sort of train is in a way where like mentally you're also being prepared for the real world. Like you have, like you were saying, there's that level of grit that comes with in the classroom and that level of resilience that needs to be built. The same is said for the bigger world. And like, I refuse to just teach within the confines of a class. I find that like there's so much more to it. And like we said in episode 12 as well, is that like, for me personally, dance is no longer separate to who I am as a person, and it's synonymous. And so part of that as well is all of that character building that comes with it outside of learning how to move your body, that allows you to, even though it sounds convoluted, move your body with whether it's with confidence or whether it's with the essence that or genuine movement of yourself. All of those sort of aspects come with knowing who you are and also how you navigate life. And the classroom or the training or whatever is a test or an aspect of your life that is being tested.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly. If you go into classes where you just always feel good and you're always getting selected and everything's sunshine and rainbows and super easy and sugar coated and fairy floss and all that sort of stuff where it's easy and nice and comfortable, if you stay in that space, you're never going to outgrow that space because you love how it feels being in that familiar environment, so that when you go into the real world, you're going to get chewed up and spit out and eaten alive.
100%.
Like, I mean, like, for example, like I work my ass off just to try to keep up with like our youngins when we're doing like fitness or even just performing and dancing. Like they're absolute like beasts, but that's because that's what they need to be, because that's what I want for them, because that's what I expect, because I would feel like I've failed as a teacher if I came up in a similar sort of environment, setting, structure and all that stuff, and then I'm not passing down those same lessons and trying to instill those same core values to them, just because, the world is a little different today, the way we talk and how we interact with people and how emotions and stuff can be perceived as, all that stuff. I don't have time for that stuff. I'm just there to dance. I'm not there to be a therapist, but I am there to push you and support you
100.
through this journey.
Well said.
But again, last thing I want to say is, whether you're the teacher giving critiques to students and you're the student constantly being critiqued or whatever, don't get disheartened if you're seeing students leave your classes and not come back. If you're a student, don't get disheartened if you're going into a class and you've seen them online and then you take their class and then you feel like it was quite defeating or disheartening, whether they were talking to you directly or the room. Like, it's part of the journey. It's part of the grit, resilience,
There's
all that
always
stuff.
something to take.
Yeah.
There's always something to
You
take.
can't. Yeah, you've got to just go through the waves and figure it out.
Yeah, well said. Bars. Well, that's the stew for today.
Beautiful.
All right, fam. Next up, we have got something a little different. Finish the lyrics.
We're doomed.
Nah, I can usually be okay. Like, I tried to, like, mix bag it a bit, but still keep it somewhat relevant. Like, yeah. So, it's a best of 3 or first of 3. There's only 5 questions or rounds.
Are we
Okay.
buzzering it in?
Yeah, but here's the thing, real quick. You have to make a sound effect as your buzzer.
Oh, say
Oh, I was
less.
about to swear.
You've got
Wait,
so many.
Can we do a test of your? Have you got a buzzer sound effect? Whatever, and you have to use that as your like. You have to do it. We have to make sure.
Do it. Yeah, go.
Ready?
Rini, go.
Rini, what's your buzzer?
But
All right,
Yeah.
bro, what's your buzzer?
Okay. Okay.
All right, all right. Round 1, and I'm going to at
It's
first.
spoken word, isn't it?
I'm just going to read it.
Yeah,
I'm not even
yeah.
going to give you the melody
No
or the flow.
melody.
damn.
Okay.
Okay.
Because of
All
copyright.
right, ready? Round 1. I'm kind of buzzed, and it's all because.
What in the world?
No.
Do you want me to repeat it again?
Yes, please.
I'm just going to say it as is. I'm kind of buzzed, and it's all because.
This is. I have
it's
no.
really-
Okay, do you want me? I'll give you the melody.
Okay,
Okay.
give us a
Okay.
hum.
I'm kind of buzzed, and it's all because. What?
This is how we do it.
Yes.
Bruh, well done.
All right, 1, 2. This
Oh my
one,
God.
Yuck.
this next one, round two. You've got to don't overcomplicate it. Okay, it's a short because I can't give you more because otherwise it gives it away.
Okay.
Okay, round 2. When you left, it's not the chorus. I'll give you that. It's a lyric. It's like a pretty iconic part of this song. Like
You mean like
in the words, like it's a verse. When you left. Do you want another word?
Yes, please.
When you left, I.
I'm still
Another word?
stumped. Yep.
When you left, I lost. Melody.
What the hecky?
I definitely can't hit it like this.
Get it,
but-
Beyonce.
All right, ready? When you left, I lost the part.
I'm like,
You know the artist 100%. Otherwise, we're fighting.
Oh, violence.
oh my God.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. 90s, 2000s, like an iconic R&B diva.
Hang on a minute. Oh,
When you left, I lost the part of.
Oh my God, I'm mentally blinking.
This is like a karaoke song. Okay, if you can at least give me the artist.
Huh.
That's not your sound effect. Or the artist.
That was like,
When you left, I lost a part of me.
oh.
That's what's your sound? When you left, I lost a part of me.
I know the song.
Oh, no.
Did I do your buzzer?
Okay, it's Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
belong
There we
together.
go.
Oh my God.
But I don't remember the
My
verse.
brain hurt.
No, that's when she's like,
You know what? No,
Scream-
I was
belting it.
forcing it into Tony Braxton. I was like, this has to be Tony
I was
Braxton.
No, no,
like,
no.
brother.
yeah, okay.
Damn.
All right, next one. I'll give you like a genre and like era. So
What's
that
the
I can-
genre?
Okay,
What's the genre?
R&B, early 2000s, classic throwback,
I've got a headache.
chorus. Round 3, ready? No matter what I do.
All I think about is you.
Very well
That
done.
was on time too, no matter what I
I'm scared that one time you might do it and you actually vomit. Or
Dilemma
something.
by Nelly and Kelly Rowland. Nice job. All right, that's 2 to Rini, 1 to bro.
I love how I don't have a name anymore. The bro, I'll take it. I'll take it.
2 for Blair and then 1 for okay.
Okay.
All right, round 4. This is I can't give you too big of a clue. This is like an iconic artist, male artist. This song was in the 90s, like early 90s. Okay, but you guys will know it.
Oh my god.
Lyrics. Do you remember?
Oh, okay. Shoot. Is it the do you remember the 21st night of September? Is it that?
No, that's a good guess, but no, that's 70s because that's
Oh,
Earth,
you
Wind,
said
and Fire.
90s. My bad.
Is it Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
It's like it's like
Do you remember?
the times.
Yep.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, when we fell in love.
Yes.
That was a team effort. You know.
Okay, 1 point each.
Not the Earth, Wind, and Fire in the 90s.
All right, last round.
So sad.
Last round. Like, this is why I left this for last. I'm not even going to give you any, like, clue
Alright.
as to what it is.
I'm ready.
All right, ready? Final round. We'll just say this is for all the marbles.
Okay.
Cruising down the freeway.
In my something, it's a car. Is it?
What?
It's like cruising down the freeway in my the.
Good
Da-
guess.
da- da-
I know you're thinking
Damn
easy,
it.
but no. You're on the right track, though.
You
Okay.
got this, girl, but I don't know.
Cruising down the freeway.
Oh, okay. In the hot sun. Yeah. How bizarre. How bizarre.
Oh, oh my god!
That sounds
Wah,
like
wah.
you guys
Damn
know
it.
it. That's why I left it
I'm
last.
the other Tron.
I'm
I wasn't
used to-
thinking brown anymore.
Oh, call the ambulance.
Alright, great game.
Yeah,
All right,
GG's.
GG's.
Oh, I was gonna high five. Okay, so now we're getting into Brown Talk. So, the prompt for Brown Talk is things you wish you learned earlier in life. So, I'll open the floor to whoever wants to go first.
I need a minute to think.
Okay.
I got a list.
Oh, damn.
take away
Okay.
the list.
In that case.
I think, firstly, I wish that I learnt way sooner that it's okay to fail. Firstly, very simply, because like I would consider myself to be a bit of a perfectionist for sure, and I would take a lot of pride in the things that I would do, so much so that there was a point in my life where I was actually scared to fail, and then consequently I was scared to try. I think if I learnt that, like, and sorry, I should also say that like my parents gave me the room to fail deliberately instead of just telling me that it's like you should not do this or like they sort of steered it in a way where if I was to fail that I would learn from it, which I did sometimes, but there was an aspect or a period of my life where I actually refused to even experiment, and that was something that I just wish that I could have relaxed a little bit and just allowed myself to explore and test the waters a bit. Yeah, that's the first one for sure. Yeah. Handball. Bro.
Okay. Imagine.
Something that I wish I'd learned when I was younger is to, if I feel passionately about something, just to see it through, regardless of whether it's going to work out, regardless of if I have the means to be able to even start or whatever, just at least work towards it. Whether that means I have to take a backward step from focusing on what I wanted to do when I was younger, which was dance and train and perform, compete. And then if that meant that I had to sacrifice, time away from family or friends or going to parties or whatever, stuff like that. And then to tag onto it as well is where I'm at like now for myself, just personally, I feel like I'm now like stepping into my most like authentic, like true to myself in every facet, way, shape and form, not trying to conform, not even because people told me to, like even if they did in the past, but just not trying to feel like I have to conform based on my geographical location and the market here in the dance community or like whatever, like just to be me and do me, because I know that like nobody else can do that better than myself. And me trying to emulate what I think people want to see or learn or be a part of, as opposed to just doing my thing, and being at peace with myself. I wish I'd done that way sooner for myself in general, even before doing Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preach.
Beautiful answers. Mine's gonna be a little bit corny, but that you are enough. Honestly, like there's no other way to say it than that. Little me, like I feel like the person I am today has healed the little me, like in every way. And yeah, I wish I was able to just be myself and be comfortable with myself and feel enough, I guess. Yeah, because I just feel like I don't know. I feel like I was always a black sheep in every aspect of my life. I was never really able to. I always struggled to fit in, so I would always be like that social butterfly
Yeah.
because I could never just be comfortable with one group and stuff. But yeah, I think just like I am so unapologetically myself today in the healthiest way, and insane. So like the right people have found me, like, and I feel like I'm so beyond blessed with just the people I'm surrounded with today. And I wish I could tell my younger self that I am enough. Yeah, because I feel like I'd always be a bit of a chameleon when I was younger and stuff, so I could just I don't know, just guess survive. Yeah. And that like is never too late to just do whatever you want in life, really. And that literally you can do whatever you want. Like
Yeah.
you are your own obstacle. That's, yeah, as corny as that is, like that's literally the things I wish I learned earlier in life.
Yeah. I think another thing I was going to add, kind of based on our previous episode, Dear Little Cuz, where we kind of sent messages to our younger selves. I think the other thing as well that I was going to add is that like, be proud. Like, it might not contextually make sense yet, but like if you feel connected or if you feel a type of way about something, like you should be very proud to do so and like take up space. Or even on the flip side, if you feel like alarm bells are ringing in your head, for example, like you should feel a sense of pride in your intuition. Because how many times as well, like, would you sort of dampen that voice or like disregard your gut feeling? And we all have it, whether or not some people are as in tune as others. That's for another discussion. But I think, yeah, we often forget that there's a reason we feel a kind of way. And I think it's very easy to try and justify how we feel as opposed to just feeling. Yeah. So I wish that was something I would have added and learnt in life sooner too. Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Anything else to add? Any other things, or
Last,
perfect beings?
last short little thing. I wish I am now, and I know I was then, but I think in hindsight, I wish I was more appreciative of just obviously like my family, my parents and all that stuff, but I was more appreciative and would have shown that appreciation or gratitude more.
That's a good
It's
point.
hard when you're a kid and you're like immature and you're just like living life and that's all you know based on your
You're in
environment
your
and
bubble.
stuff. Yeah, but I think like and that's why like for me, like I really try to instill a lot of like the respect thing, like when it comes to like our youngins in the team to like their parents and stuff. You know, I've pulled them up a couple, like once or twice on like when I've overheard stuff and I was like, hey, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I was pulled up when I was their age, you know, by my teachers and people as well. And I feel like it's just important. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I think my little last thing I would add is like the people that have like do wrong like by you, it's not going to matter in a few years, honestly. So shake it off.
Literally. And like
they're not going to matter.
Like I said to my grandma about the one person, they're going to pass soon anyway. So.
And all I'm going to say is my haters, y'all be looking a bit in life.
Oh.
Yup.
Oh my word. Oh my gosh.
I said what I said.
You know what?
You
Before
better be careful, they're going to cast some more juju
Oh,
on you.
I will literally drop names. I don't care.
Yeah, mute the mic. All right, I was thinking that is the perfect time to wrap it up. Wrap it up. I think the perfect way to send that off is, especially with what Dion was saying as well, to all of our friends and family, whether it's selected, whether it's chosen, whether it's our biological families, I want to send love and peace your way. Hope you're having a great rest of your week as well. Make it a good one. Feel free to chime in, whether it's on social media or directly on the podcast as well. Love to hear what you guys have to think about what we said today. My name is Aki.
I'm Rini.
Dion.
And we are the 3
Wise
Cousins.
Have a good one, everyone. Deuces.